What's up, everybody? It's Thegoal60 here for Tuesday, June the 4th, 2019. So, yesterday we had two games going official on the RPI system, split those going 1-1. We had one game on the over-under system and did lose it, so we're going to be chasing it today. We'll get into those games that we're watching today, and then also all the ones that we picked up, official and unofficial. So yesterday there was only just a handful of games that were even playing, and the reason I think that is because of Memorial Day being last Monday, where they had majority of the league playing, and so as you can tell during the season, Mondays and Thursdays, you're only going to have about half the league playing on those days because it's travel days for other teams going around. But anyways, just that means there's a lot of series starting up today because they didn't play yesterday. So all in all, we had 11 new series starting up today. All of them, of course, being three-game series. We lost two due to RPI, and that is in Atlanta and Pittsburgh, and then also the Angels and the A's. But then we ended up with six new unofficial plays, three new official plays, and then, of course, the Phillies carried over from yesterday. So we'll jump into that real quick. We'll start out with the Phillies. Yesterday they came up short. They jumped out to a 1-0 lead, and then after that it was all the San Diego Padres. In one inning they scored 7. We ended up losing 8-2 and causing us to have a B bet today. But we'll regain our stuff and keep going. Today we're underdogs, so you look at the run line. The run line is -162, so it is high, but it's not an outrageous price. Yesterday it was -140, so you can tell it is kind of an expensive series for us, but nothing too far out of hand. With that said, we'll move on to the three brand new games. The first one being the Reds and the Cardinals. The Reds are at .492, while the Cardinals at .521. You look at the lines, the St. Louis Cardinals are underdog. The run line is -153, so that'll be the first brand new official play for today. Next, we got the Giants and the Mets. The Giants at .479. The Mets at .493. You look at the price, and the Mets are -135. That becomes the second play. Syndergaard is throwing today, so hopefully we can get it done today. He can have a good outing, and we can put up some runs. Next up, we got Baltimore and Texas. The Orioles are in the bottom three at .458, while the Rangers are at .501. We're looking at the Rangers, and at home they're -122 favorite. So let's hope they can get those bats back going and we can get a win there. That's all the official plays. Now we'll talk about the unofficial plays and then get into the over-under system. So the first unofficial play that's starting up today is the Rockies and the Cubs. The Rockies at .507, Cubs at .521. The price was the difference here. It's -194 on the Cubs, therefore way too far out of our range to take. Next up, we've got the Marlins and the Brewers. Miami's in the bottom three at .458, while the Brewers are at .542. You look at the price, it's just a little too far outside of our range at -169 on the Brewers. Boston and Kansas City, the Red Sox at .492, the Royals in the bottom three at .459. You look at Boston, it's just too expensive, -181. Minnesota, Cleveland. Minnesota's in the top three at .543. Cleveland at .478. There's some value here in a top three team taking on a middle of the pack team and still being the underdog. You look at the run line though, and it's Minnesota -171 on the run line. Too far for us. Tampa Bay and Detroit, the Rays at .524, while the Tigers are at .464. You look at this price, and Tampa Bay's had some of the highest lines I know that I've ever seen them have, and today is no different at -268. And then finally, we've got the Yankees and the Blue Jays. The Yankees at .523, while the Jays at .462. Look at the price; it's just too far outside of our range at -174. So that's all 6 of the unofficial games, all 3 of the official games, and now we'll talk about the over/under stuff. So as far as the over/under stuff, like I said, we did only have the one play yesterday. It was in the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks game. The Dodgers did get enough. All of the scoring, I believe, happened in one inning, if I remember right, and it was 3-1, which got us halfway to what we needed. But then you look at the rest of the game, they didn't really do anything. It was enough to get us a win on the RPI side, so you can't be too mad about it. But at the same time, we needed a lot more runs from the Dodgers yesterday. So hopefully they can get it going today and get us a W on the over-under stuff. Today it's 9.5, so quite a bit of runs we need to get. Although it is shaded to the under on the price, so you are getting a little bit of value there. The two new series that are starting up today, the first one is the Giants and the Mets. The Giants at .265, the Mets at 1.32. That combines for a 3.97. We're looking at the over. Two really good pitchers, Baumgartner and Syndergaard, going today. So obviously the line's going to be low. It is 7. I think if these two teams hadn't been putting up runs here in the last few weeks, this would probably been around 6.5, maybe even touching the 6. But since they have put up some runs, they have moved it up a little bit, and I don't blame them. I'm hoping we get over those runs today, even though it is going to be pretty tough. I hope the Mets come out and win this thing 8-0. That would be great. That would work out for us on both systems, and it would definitely help our pocketbook out. Next up and lastly, we have the Rays and the Tigers. The Rays at .44, the Tigers at .65. Obviously, that's 1.09, and therefore you're looking at the over, and it is 8.5. So hoping to get some runs there. Maybe Tampa Bay can come out and back their line up and put up some runs also. So that's everything I've got today. I know it was a lot of information. There was a lot of games starting up today. Of course, I'll have the official plays here in just a second on the screen. And hope you have a great Tuesday. See you later. Thanks.
.60% of the time, it works every time.